Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Waldhart, and you are here with Amanda's Inspiration Station on my YouTube channel. Hopefully, you have found me. I sent out some posts today letting you know that I have my creating card class, my online creating card class today at 4 p.m. Central Time. I do want to make sure that I'm in the right spot, so if you see me looking over here, that is what I'm doing. I feel like it's been forever since I've been on here, seriously. I have had a lot of things going on, which is, I just have had a lot of things going on, so it's been a while. I still have been doing lots of things. It's been a while since I've done my online. I think my last online class was the Hollyhocks Stampin' Up kit, which was so pretty. I love those cards. All right, so I'm going to make sure that I'm online here. Yep, it looks like I am. Yay. Yay. Let's turn the volume off that so we don't hear some echoing and some difference, because it is behind a little bit than from what I am. So yay, I'm really excited to be here. I will say that next month, my family, my immediate family, my husband and my 2 children, and then my brother and sister-in-law and one of their kids, we're all going on a cruise. So we will be gone for a while in July on our cruise. I think we leave, I know we leave. We leave July 20th. I've been knowing we leave I've been counting down the days. So July 20th through the 28th, we will be gone. But then my husband and I are going to a wine event for my husband's job in Oregon. I think I said that right. See, I'm from Wisconsin and we have an Oregon. But if we're talking about the state, I believe it's Oregon, and I don't want to upset anybody by the way I say it. So hopefully I said that correctly. But we are going there on July 10th, 11th, and 12th. So July is a little bit crazy. And then my husband and I decided to throw in that we're just going to rip up all our flooring from upstairs, and we're going to just lay new flooring all by ourselves. So there's that. It's just been a little crazy. But I have a lot of things still planned for July. So if you follow me on Amanda's Inspiration Station Facebook page, or if you are a email subscriber to me, I do post all that stuff. I would love for you to subscribe to me for emails. That's where you'll find all my online classes, any events that I do. Currently, I do have quite a few going on right now. And I'm going to share 2 things with you today, along with this online class that we're going to do. So let me show you one thing that I have a couple extra kits left over from last week's class. Then we're going to do the cards today. We're going to make 4 cards using the Friends for Life bundle. And then I will show you next month's creating card class, which is super adorable, and I want to share with you that. I do want to state that today is June 27th. So let's see here. We have 3 more days, and Stampin' Up. So 3 more days for Stampin' Up's bundles to be an additional 10% off. So those are the bundles that are with the stamp sets and the dies, not the stamp sets with the punches. So hop on over to amandasinspirationstation.com and you can get those for not only 10% at the bundle price, but an additional 10% off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn you down here because I'm going to share some stuff with you. And I'm going to take that away. There we go. That way you can still see my face. So I had a framed art class last week that I absolutely love. This is such a beautiful class, and I want to share it because I have 4 kits left. So I'm going to place this right down here. And I know, I'm so sorry. You're going to see that reflection from my ceiling light, and I am very sorry on that. This is a framed art class using the Country Woods suite. And I say sweet because you're using both of the bundles that are in the Countrywood suite, which is the birdhouse, which I don't know the exact name for that. Let's see here. Look at that. So it's the Country Birdhouse and the Country Flowers. Now, you're also using all of the paper here from the Countrywoods 12 by 12 paper. You're going to be using these gray, are they gray granite? Basic gray and smoky slate pearls. They're so pretty. But then you're also going to be using basic beige. So this is such a beautiful framed art piece. I absolutely loved it. I did not design this by myself. I designed this with a very good friend of mine, Christine Bertram. So we designed this together and we had so much fun. This is a beautiful class. I have 4 kits left. Now, I'm going to show you one of the kits. So here is the kit. You are going to get the backing. Now this frame here is a 9 by 9 and I did purchase this at Michael's. So you are going to get obviously the backing to do the framed art piece. And then everything that you need to make this framed art is in here, including a full package of the pearls and a full bolt of the basic beige ribbon. Now, when I had the class in person last week, they also had in their kits 2 blends. They had Misty, Moonlight, and Pool Party. In these kits, I do not have the blends. So these kits, I have 4 left. They'll be first come, first serve. So if you tell me you want that, put it in the comment below and it can be yours and I will do it first come, first serve. I'm doing it for $32. If you need it shipped to you because you do not live near me and you don't have the means to come pick it up, then it'll be an additional $6 to ship it. So it'll be $38. So I have 4 kits. Let me know if this is something that you want. All of these pieces are die cut for you. They are embossed for you. The only thing you will this is not stamped. You will stamp. And if you don't have this stamp set, realistically, you could put any saying there. The only other thing that you wouldn't have then is the bird if you didn't have the stamp set. But if you have another bird that is something that you could use, you definitely by all means could use that to make this framed art sampler. Or you could go right on to Amanda's Inspiration Station and you can get this bundle, both bundles separately, 10% off plus additional 10% off. Also in the kit, you get a half a pack of this Countrywoods paper. So that is also inside there. You will also get emailed to you a full PDF tutorial. It'll have everything, step-by-step instructions. It has pictures. It has supply list. It has all of the measurements that we use to do this project, okay? So I have 4 left, 4. So message me if you want one. First come, first serve. Okay, so there's the first thing I'm showing you. Now we're gonna do the class, and then after class, I will show you my next creating card class because I do this class monthly. So today we are going to make these cards. I don't know about you guys, but I am in love, literally in love with the, is it Full of Life 6x6 designer series paper. I always gravitate toward bright colors anyway. That is truly my favorite combos is the brights. In fact, a lot of times I struggle when it comes to neutrals. But I love this paper. It's so cool. And I loved designing and creating with this. I really did have a good time with this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. So let's set these aside. We're going to do some heat embossing today. So we're going to start with the first one here. Now for the friends, I die cutted this white out of, we have, it's an online exclusive, and I'm actually going to share. I just dropped my paper trimmer all over the floor. Whoopsie. Okay. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. All right, so this is an online exclusive, and I cut them down for this class because in this class they got a half a pack of it. So in this pack, it is glimmer paper, and it is Old Olive, Berry Burst, and then the white. That's what I used for the Friends so that it gave it that shiny, glittery. I don't know if the video does it justice, but that's what I used. It's so cool. I absolutely love it. But I'm going to share a little thing with you. This die actually cuts out the little dot on the eye. Now, I do still have my dot right here. Shockingly, I'm shocked that I still have that there. Most of the time when I die cut this out, I have no idea where that little dot went. So what I would recommend, if you can't get the little dot from that eye, it is really, really tiny. I would put an embellishment there. So to be honest with you, I was lucky to do it here, but at class, it was really hard. So I would put an embellishment there. In fact, I actually like the flat. I'm using the flat adhesive back pearls. I like the small embellishment there. So that's what we're gonna do for this one. All right, so let's get started. I'm using, for all of the back cardstock, it is basic white thick. If I am using it as my base, I am going to use the thick. So I have here, it is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and you can either score it at 4 1/4, or you can just fold it in half. Either way, I would use your bone folder to varnish the crease right there. Now I have 2 pieces of basic black, and both of these pieces here measure at 3 3/4 by 5. We're gonna have one on the inside and one on the front of the card. And then I also have a piece of white on the inside over the black. And that is going to go right on the inside like this. But we have some fun stuff in each of these cards on the inside. So this one here says happy birthday. And then we're using pieces of the designer series paper to put inside because I just want to decorate it up. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's do some stamping. But before we stamp, you know what? I really did want to show you one thing, and it's with my paper trimmer. So I'm going to have to get up and go pick up my paper trimmer. That is probably broken all over the floor. So give me just a second here because, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I wanted to share this piece with you because how I got it so that this point was still in the center. I wanted to share that with you. So this piece here measures at 3.5 by 4 and I believe 3/4. I got all flustered with my paper trimmer. Nope, 3.5 by 5. Okay, so what you do is you cut off 1 1/4 inch on this side, and then what I do is I turn it around and I cut off 1 1/4 inch on this side. That actually makes it so that the width, this width is, we're going to go like this. So if you cut off a 1 1/4 on this side and 1 1/4 on this side, it makes it so that this is 3.5. Now you're going to want to turn it because now this is your top and this is your bottom. When you turn it, you want to cut a 1/2 inch off on each side. So that is what I did. And then that 1/2 inch on the bottom of each side, that's actually what I used for the inside. So you can pick or choose whichever piece you want, and you're just putting it on the inside here. If you want the green one, you can have the green one. If you want the pink one that has the purple, you could have the purple one. However you want it. I'm going to use the green one because I'm using the, with the blue, because I'm using the Summer Splash ink pad. So that's what I'm using. All right, so let's go ahead and get started then. So let's do our inside here because we need to do stamping, and we're going to get out our Summer Splash ink pad. And we're going to do happy birthday. And I'm just going to put that right in the center there. And then I'm going to use my memento. And for this card class, you would need 3 ink pads. I used Memento, Summer Splash, and the Versamark because we are going to be doing some heat embossing. All right, so I'm just going to do that. Oh, it looks like I just got a little black on there. Wow, good thing I have one of these little mono sand erasers. Let's just kind of erase that. Well, maybe that doesn't want to erase, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. I'll do that later. All right, so I'm going to use my multi-adhesive glue here. And I'm just going to place that flat, just like that. And then I'm going to place this flat. Remember, with this glue, dot, dot, not a lot. The more glue you use, the more mess you have. So if you do dot, dot, not a lot, then you won't have such a mess. Granted, I'm not doing dots, I'm doing squiggles, but I'm just doing a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to place this on the inside, and I'm going to center that. So there's that. All right, so now, and I'm going to show you a really cool ruffle technique. I like the ribbon ruffle technique. So I do have, we're going to place this designer series paper. We're going to place that flat onto the black. Just like that. Looks like my black, I should have trimmed that a little bit more, but my paper trimmer's on the floor right now and shambles, so we're not going to worry about that. I guess maybe I will be going on to amandasinspirationstation.com after this and ordering myself probably a new paper trimmer. Maybe it's not as broke as I think it is, but I don't know. All right, so there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something really cool with this ribbon. We are going to use Shy Shamrock ribbon. All right, I would love to know what your favorite ink color is. I love them all. I don't know if I could pick a favorite. Well, if I had to, I would pick Shy Shamrock first. Then I would pick Summer Splash. Yeah, I totally know. Then I would pick Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop, Peach Pie. Yep, that's what I'd pick. All right, so here is our lovely little heart, but I actually, and I have it like this on this card, but I have it also raised up from using the embossing folder. So I'm going to kind of change it just a little bit because I want this part raised up. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this little ribbon, ruffle ribbon technique. And I'm going to grab some tear and tape here. And I'm going to place some tear and tape right across the back here. And I'm going to use my poker tool to pick this off like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I want to make some ruffles. So I'm going to pull some of my ribbon out here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start, I'm going to place a little bit the end of my ribbon like that. And then I'm going to bring it back down where I'm just kind of making a loop, but I'm bringing it over to the side so that it can touch that piece of tear and tape to hold it in place. So it looks just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this back up, but bringing it over so that it's touching that tear and tape. And then I'm going to bring it back down. So I'm creating this like little ruffle is what I'm creating. Then I'm just going to use my ribbon scissors here. And if you flip it back over, you have this cute little ruffle. Now, if you want to, I'm going to fix this just a little bit. There we go. So there's my little ruffle. Now, to secure it, because this is a lot of ribbon, I would place another piece of tear and tape over the top of it like this. That way you're securing that ribbon down. And then I'm going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my dimensionals where I normally would. And I'm going to then pop that up. And I'm going to angle it over the center here like this. And just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our friend, we're going to glue this on. Now, I didn't do this, but I have done this. You really could die cut, put some of this glitter, glimmer paper. You could cut a piece of this out and put our adhesive sheets behind it. And then when you ran this through your cut and emboss machine, you could peel it off like a sticker. Now, if I was, I normally do that. So I'm kind of surprised I didn't do that, to be honest with you. But right now I didn't. So I'm just going to kind of do my adhesive glue. And here's where I am just doing random little dots. Not a lot. Just doing some random dots. And then I got to get some up here. Hold on. This probably is more of a pain to do it this way. And some people really, really, really hate liquid glue. So if you're one of those, I would definitely recommend the adhesive sheets. All right, so I'm going to lay that down like that. I'm going to move this over a little bit. So cute. I absolutely love this glimmer paper on there. It is so cute. But now we're going to do that little flat pearl as my little dot for my eye. I'm going to put that right at the top there. There, that's super cute. Very cute. Okay, so I'm going to poke this. There's a piece here that needs to be poked out. There we go. Oops, that doesn't want to poke out. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over. Now this will be a lot easier to use my adhesive glue here because there's more room. So I'm just lightly placing some glue, very, very, very lightly, because I am going to place this flat across my card like this. All right, there is our first card. Super cute. And then again, remember we have the inside, happy birthday. Very cute card. Now, I probably would take this a little step further. And I might even do this side. Maybe I would probably do this side. I don't know. I would cut a piece of this and I would put it on the envelope. Just because, or maybe a different one that has like the colors on it. You know, let's see. I've got lots of extra paper in here. How about this one? This one's got the rainbows on it. What I would do is I would take my envelope like this and I would put some glue here just because this, I mean, this designer series paper is gorgeous. So I would just go ahead and do this. Now, can you imagine getting a card in the mail with this bright, gorgeous paper behind it? Fun. And then I would just take my paper snips and I would just go around like this. And yes, I would still, we're going to save this piece of paper here. All right, so I'm just going to snip that extra off because we're not, but this I'm going to totally reuse. All right, so then I would have this really fun, bright, beautiful card to send to one of my friends on her birthday. All right, let's move on. All right, so let's move on to another happy birthday card here. I believe I have 2 birthday cards, a thinking of you and a thank you. So here is another birthday one. So again, we have the same basic white cardstock, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use our bone folder to varnish. Now on the inside of this one, we also are gonna stamp the word friend, and I have some extra I love using these because we all get these when we cut our designer series or pattern paper. We always get them. And sometimes people save them. Some people, when it's this thin, just throw them out. I will be honest, I'm very guilty of that. And then I always say, sorry, Lori. Because I have a friend named Lori who, she would have been like, you're not throwing that away, are you? So I have learned on some things, like, use it. It just adds a little extra touch inside your card. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to place my designer series flat to my cardstock here, my black cardstock. I'm just going to set that aside. And then I'm going to, for the inside, we're going to do some stamping here. So for this one, we need to stamp on the inside friend, but we also need to stamp these leaves, and then we're going to die cut those out. So I'm going to get our memento out. We'll do the regular stamping first, and I'm going to need 2 of these leaves. So let's get that. Oh, look, I have some extra pieces here. All right, so there's 1 and 2, and then we're gonna stamp the friend. So because this is a larger stamp, I'm actually going to flip my ink pad over, and I'm really going to ink this up because I like it more of a darker image. Oops, I got that a little too dark right there. Kind of squeezed a little too much. And then I'm also going to, let's see here. That looks like a mess. Ah, but it turned out perfect. I love it when things like that turn out perfect. But let's clean this. Because that's a mess. I don't want that dyeing my stamp there. All right. So, wow, I'm really impressed by how good that turned out. That turned out nice and dark and beautiful. Okay, so here is my little piece. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to put some little glue here. My little dots. And I'm going to set that down like that. All right. Looks like I have a tiny bit we can trim off right there. And then we can place this over the basic black. Because then this can go on the inside of our card. Just like this. I love decorating the inside, honestly, almost as much as I like decorating the outside. I mean, the outside definitely needs a little bit more, but it's like you open it up and it's just beautiful. All right, so we need to heat emboss our saying here, and we need to die cut these out. So I do have my little mini here, and we're gonna die cut these out. Let's see here. I have my, I need a bigger desk, I think. That's what I need. Let's put that in there. All right, and we don't need this paper here. Or this paper. All right, so here are my little boards here. Now, I do have some, I'm going to use some of my painter's tape, like Post-it tape, because I want this to make, I want to make sure that when I'm putting this down that I don't get it to slide all over and have to re-stamp it. So I'm going to put that down like that. And I'm going to run this through. And then peel that back. There's one of our leaves. Set that aside, throw this away. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Line that up. Place that down. Make sure that I'm trying to do this like, there we go, so that you guys can see. We're just going to run this through this little mini machine here. And we'll set that aside, because that will be the last time I need that for today. Now this tape still is awesome, so I'm just going to stick this over here. Use it for another time. All right, so we're going to heat emboss our seine, and then once we do that, we can go ahead and put our front of our card together. So I'm going to move this over. So there's my piece. Here is my little heart. So we need happy birthday again, which I need to clean off from the last card because I used it in the Summer Splash ink pad. So I have over here, onto the left of me, I have my heat tool. I have my Versamark. I have my embossing powder. And then I have my tools. Now, I do have my, I do like the embossing buddy. I really do. But sometimes I don't like how it leaves a chalky look on my white cardstock. And now that we have these brushes too, I find that if I get a little extra on the brush or on the cardstock, I can brush it off. So I'm really just gonna kind of try here to do it that way without using my embossing buddy. Now I do want to stamp this over to the right of my piece of cardstock, and I am going to dump this on. Don't be shy when you're dumping embossing powder on, because you're just gonna put it back in your jar or your container anyway. So there is a little spot here, so I'm just gonna kind of very carefully take my little brush and I'm just going to brush it away. So just like that. Turned out great, actually. Now, a couple things about this. This looks like white chalk right now. You'll know when it's done when you start heat embossing it and it turns to more of a shiny white. That is when you know it's going to be done. So I'm going to go ahead. I have my heat tool right here, and I'm going to do it off to the side so I don't blow all this white powder by me. And I do have it on our high, so I am, and it takes like a couple seconds to heat up. Have anybody tried the new, so Stampin' Up! Is now using our new embossing powders are made by Wow. That's the brand. I have used them before, and I do have some of it. And it's nice. It's nice. To me, it's this is good too. I like both of them. I don't see really much of a difference, to be honest with you. All right, so I'm trying to show you guys this and not blow this all over. So if I turn this a little bit, you guys might not be able to see it, but I'm turning it in the light a little bit, so now that I can see that it's more shiny, so that I do have that done. So I'm going to flip this over. We're going to be using that again, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. So now I have that finished. So let's go ahead and do this card. All right, so I'm going to use my green glue again, and I'm just going to place this in the center here across, just like that. Now I am going to take a little piece. I have a little piece of our ribbon coming out of this. So I'm going to take a little piece of this, and we are going to I need to really move this. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I've got so much going on here. I feel like I need a side table next to me when I'm doing these videos. So I'm just going to take a piece that's maybe about 2 inches, 2 inches long, because I am going to kind of fold it down like this to be like a ribbon. And between it, I'm going to stick a mini glue dot here. That's going to kind of hold the shape. So I'm going to place the mini glue dot in the center, and then that way when I fold it down, it holds that shape. And then on the back side, I'm going to use a mini glue dot to adhere it to the card. So I'm going to start with that first, and I'm going to just kind of place that down here like that. I'll trim it up in just a little bit, but first I'm going to then place these on. I'm going to use some mini dimensionals here, and I'm going to place those all over my leaves because I want to pop them up. I have a problem with dimensionals. My problem is that I love them. So there's that. All right. So this class that I'm doing, let me just tell you a little bit about it while I'm doing this. I'm going to, well, actually, let me wait. Okay, so I'm going to place this over the top like this. And then I'm going to place this one down, kind of overlapping the stems like this, but so that they're not coming off the edge here. And then I'm going to take a regular dimensional, and I'm going to put that on the behind the heart, and I'm just going to place that right like that. And then I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to pop this whole thing up. So I'm going to, I don't want any saggy center. So I make sure I put dimensionals all on the center here. And then we're going to get our card here, and we're going to place this. We're going to center this with the card. Hold on. There's a little feather on that piece there. Okay. We're going to do that. We're going to pop that up. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to trim it up just a little bit because I want it to be angled and I want it to fit within the card there. There we go. And then I'm going to take one of my little flat pearls, and I'm going to place that like that. And there is our card 2. Super cute, super fun. Happy birthday, friend. All right, card 2, card 1, card 2. And I would do the same thing with the envelopes for all of them. I'm not going to do that now, but so that you guys saw that we did that. All right, so moving on to the next card, we have our thank you card. Now this one was extra fun, and I'm going to share with you something about the embossing folder that I used. So let me grab that. Oh, you guys, I see my paper trimmer on the floor and it's in pieces, like the whole plastic part's off, and I'm sure I can fix it. I'm sure I can fix it. So I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So for the embossing folder, I use the Fun Patterns embossing folder. Now, as you can see, there's 2 of them in here, and I use the ones with the flowers. I purposely wanted to do this with you guys because as you can see, I have it on the bottom here and on the top here. But notice this piece is too big for this. So what I did is I actually placed half of it in on one side and then did the other half on the other side. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to just run it through my cut emboss machine over to the right of me here. And I'm just gonna run it through and then I'll show you. Well, it would help though if I had the right plates here, which I thought I did, but all right, hold on. Okay, now I have a plate. All right, so I have plate 1, I have a clear plate, and I need another clear plate. So let me grab another clear plate. All right, so let me show you the sandwich I got going on here. I have 1 clear plate, and clear plate. 2 clear plates and my 1. So I'm just gonna run this through. And then, so I have half of it. Now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna do the other half of it. But I wanna make sure it's going in the same direction. So you don't want to flip. So see how I had this come out, this was like this, okay? These right here have like rainbow patterns and then the flowers. So if I want the rainbow patterns and the flowers, I don't want to turn this and put it this way. It'll be opposite pattern. You want to slide it over and you want to do it like this. You need to make sure it's the same pattern. If it's a pattern that doesn't matter, then you could easily flip it. All right. Okay. See, now I have all of it going in the same direction. All right. So on the inside of this thank you card, we just have a little strip right in there. So that way you have more room to write whatever you want for your thank you. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the same thing that we've done on the last 2 cards with our base. And then we're going to turn the card this way this time. And we're going to place this flat across the front. And we're just going to lay it flat, and then I'm going to lay this designer series piece flat across the front. And I'm going to do it in the center there. All right, so there's that. Now for the inside, we're going to finish the outside in a moment. For the inside, we just are placing this piece flat to our white. So I'm just gonna go across like this. And I do have a little extra I need to trim off. And then I'm gonna place this flat to our black. And then we'll place this flat in our card. I think too why I like layers, especially like inside and outside, I like it when I hold a card and the card feels thick, like sturdy. I don't like it when I get, I don't like really flimsy cards. I love Stampin' Up's kits, but I do find that those card bases are thinner. I love them. I make them. But sometimes I will just trim them down and put a card base behind them too. It just depends. I guess when I make them, I just like to make them a little bit thicker. All right, so we have 2 pieces here we're going to add. We need to do some more heat emboss, and we're going to do the thank you. So let's do that. And I got thank you right here. So we got the Versamark. I'm going to ink that up. And then we're going to do some dumping. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to kind of flick it like that. Make sure that I don't, where's the brush? There we go. So there's that. And I'm going to get my tweezers. And then I will heat emboss this again. And we just, again, want to make sure that it's shiny. Ugh, somebody must be thinking about me. My nose is itching. Did your mom ever tell you that? My mom used to tell me that. If my ears were ringing, somebody was talking about me. If my nose itched, somebody was thinking about me. Although later on in life, people would tell me, no, if your nose itched, that means you're going to kiss a fool. I don't know. I've heard both. All right. So there is our thank you. I'm going to move that aside again. So we're going to place this flat. And I'm going to line that up kind of to the right, but not all the way over. And then I'm going to place my glue on here. Some of you are probably wondering why I am not using the fine tip glue. Well, because I never can get the needle back in. It's so fine. I can never get it back in. Great glue. I just have a hard time with it. So my eyes don't like it. All right, so I'm going to place this now, and I'm going to kind of line this up because I want this to overlap on the edge of that. So I'm going to place that right there. And then I'm just going to add some of these beautiful flat iridescent pearls. I'm going to do a big one over here and a little one next to it. I love doing that. And then I'm just going to place one over here. So there is our third card from our Friends for Life online class. Very cute. So there's that. Oops, I got to press down on that one. Very, very cute. And just so you guys know too, I do sell the PDFs to these classes. So they are on my PDF store if you ever wanted to print them for the measurements. All right, so Thinking of You is our last one here. And let's get all of our pieces out here. Again, we have our card base. All right. And then on the inside of this one, this is what it looks like. And I love these squares. They remind me of Candyland. So I'm just going to throw that out there. They're Candyland squares. Especially these ones. Like when you get the little, you know, go 3. Okay. I work at Blackhawk Community Credit Union, and many years ago, the branches used to, on Halloween, we would pick a theme and we would dress up and turn our branch into that theme. And one of our branches at one point turned it into Candyland. It was so much fun. We were all characters from the game Candyland. We had literally every wall was filled with something decorated from Candyland. It was so cool. So cool. All right. And we even had in the center candy, like tons of candy for, you know, our members when they came in. They could help themselves to candy. It was fun. I was Queen Licorice. So it was fun. I had a cape and everything. Bright red lipstick. Yeah. My hair was actually darker red then. It was fun. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this flat onto this black piece. And I'm also going to, while we're at it, go ahead and place this little leaf again. I love this leaf. This month for my scrapbook class, my 12 by 12 layouts, I used these paper, this Full of Life paper, and then I also used this bundle, and I gotta tell you, I loved how they turned out. They were so cute because I love this paper. I love this set. All right, so I'm gonna place this flat like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and place it flat on the card. And then when I'm done with this card, I will show you the next class for creating card class, and I'll go over that with you a little bit. All right, so this piece right here, I cannot remember what that die is from. Something labels. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to do Thinking of You. And I'm going to ink that up. And then we're going to dump that on. Don't be shy. All right, so I don't need the Versamark anymore, so I'm going to get that out of the way. And then I'm going to get my little brush here because you can see that I do need to brush some of that off. There we go. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to do some more heat embossing. And why I heat emboss, I'll tell you a little bit about this class. So I do this class every month. It's called my monthly creating card class. You make 4 cards. You get $20 worth of consumable product in this class. So for this class, everybody received a full package of the Full of Life 6x6 designer series paper. They all received a half a pack of that glimmer paper. So that was, they were cut down to 6x6. So they got 2 6x6 of the old olive, 2 of the berry burst, and 2 of the white. They all got a strip of these embellishments, the flat pearls. And then they all got some of this ribbon. Not a full bolt, but enough of this ribbon for the cards and some extra. And this class is always due by the 10th of the month. The deadline is always the 10th of the month. I like to think of it as paper pumpkin. It's always the 10th of the month. And I always have the in-person class on the 4th Tuesday of the month. Now, sometimes we do have 5 Tuesdays, and it depends. Like in July, it'll be on the 5th Tuesday. Only because I will be on vacation on our cruise during the 4th one. But if I'm not, obviously on vacation, it would still be on the 4th Tuesday of the month for the in-person class. And then the online class is always that following Thursday. So that's how that works. If you need it shipped to you, I do ship it priority mail. So it is $45 priority mail, and then it is $35 for either pickup or in-person class. All right, so I need a bow. And then you always will get a PDF, full PDF tutorial on it with the measurements, the supply list, step-by-step instructions, multiple pictures on how to, but you'll always have me coming on live as well for the online class. And right now, this is a free class to many of you, so you're watching it as a free class, and I hope you enjoy it. I love card making, so I want to share this. All right, but if you want to purchase the kit, you can always stamp along with me or stamp at your own leisure, whenever works best for you. A lot of people love to have their kits come right to their door and work on them when they have time. All right, so I made my bow, and I'm using mini glue dots here. And then I am just going to place my bow right there. And then I'm going to use 2 of the big flat iridescent pearls. And I'm just going to place them like that. All right, so here are our cards. So we have our inside here. We have the thinking of you. We had the thank you. We had happy birthday, friend. And then we also had friend, happy birthday. All right, I hope you guys love these cards as much as I do, because I just love them. So I want to share with you next month's class. So these are July's class for my creating card class. Now, again, same cost. It is $35 if you are coming to the in-person or you're picking up. If you need it shipped, it's $45. It does come with a priority shipping. Now, this will also be, you'll get a full PDF tutorial emailed to you that is instantly downloadable. And if you just want the PDF tutorials, you can always go to Amanda's Inspiration Station and go right to the tutorial store, and you can just purchase them right there too. I do sell them for $15, but you do get $20 worth of consumables. So next month we're using the Seaside Wishes. And here is one of the cards for the Seaside Wishes. So you're going to get all of the stuff to make this card. All of the stuff to make this card. All of the stuff to make this card. And then all of the stuff to make this card. Again, we're going to do that fun little ruffly ribbon. That seems to be my little fun thing right now that I just love to do. So if you want to partake in this, I will have the link after I'm live. I'll go ahead and I'll put the link in for you. And if you want, you can always message me that way. If you join my email listing at amandasinspirationstation.com, you can shop there. You can also join my email listing, because when I send out emails, I send out the link where you can just purchase right then and there too. So however you want to do it. I hope you guys enjoy this. Remember, this class will be on the 5th Tuesday in July due to my family vacation, which I believe, I got my little planner here. Let me see what the exact date is so I can tell you. So this class next month for the in-person class will be on Tuesday, June 27th. And then the online class on YouTube here will be on Thursday, the 29th. All right. And for those of you also, I do ship the kits out on the 25th of the month. So you might actually not really, you wouldn't be able to actually craft along with me, but you would have this video and a PDF tutorial. And you can always refer back to it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. And if you like this video, I would love to hear, hit that heart or subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel for when I come on here. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go check out my paper trimmer and hope it's not dead. Otherwise, I'm going to be heading over here to Amanda's Inspiration Station, and I'm going to be purchasing a new one. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys.